What's up, everyone? It's your boy Carcino here. Now, hey, don't blame me for this. Alright? That's all I'm saying. This had nothing to do with me. I didn't start it. I didn't convince anybody to get involved. None of it. This had nothing to do with me. Now, Philly seems to be outraged with Meek Mill for saying pretty soon everybody gonna have to pick a side. Too much real stuff going on to be cool with everybody. So Meek said that, calling for peace, and then peace in Philly and all this stuff. So Poundside Pop told Meek Mill, it's time for you to pick a side. Because word around the campfire in Philly is they don't trust Meek. They think Meek working for them people. In order to get them the case off his back, him and Rock Nation and all of them, they are all working for the Feds. They got a bunch of people in there who took Fed deals at Rock Nation. So naturally, they believe Meek Mill is now one of those people who's converted and is working for them people. And because they're from the street, this is the attitude. And people stop saying, and asking me, am I related to Poundside Pop? I mean, man, Poundside Pop is your family. Don't front, y'all both in there going up against me. I'm like, let me be honest. I've never heard of this dude. I'm serious. Never heard of him. Never heard of Poundside Pop. Now my cousins, you know what I'm saying? They might have heard from him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm older. He's a youngin'. He up in their era, so they might know him and listen to him more than I would. But Meek was on that, street stuff for a minute. So North Philly is basically saying, like, you can't come here no more. Now, I'm not from Philly, so I couldn't tell you. I had to talk to my buddy who's from Philly, and he could tell you better than I could. You know, like, people like, nah, he from 63rd. I'd be like, hey, he from the train station. He's over there on 63rd. I'm like, 63rd? Yeah, he on Market Street. That's what Meek's from. Can't come there. He's not from South Philly. And now he's repping the North and all this. Man, you ain't from the North. Where's dude from? So that's always been a thing with Meek. Like, where's he from? Like who got his back? And North Philly, South Philly. I mean, I guess it's a Philly thing. Listen, so that's what they were saying. So North Philly has turned their back on me for telling the people that they got to start thinking about putting down the guns, and start thinking about saving each other's lives. Them youngsters in Philly, like, we don't want to hear. And Meek was in there saying he is not no effing Zoo Gang Negro. Zoo Gang is what Pop, what's it? Poundside Pop. That's what he's part of. Some things there. He's talking about stopping the violence. Somebody said these can't be the same children Whitney believed was our future and was gonna help us lead the way. I'm like, he was doing coke and crack. So, the world is crazy. And Meek said, I ain't picking no side. 18th Street. You letting that walk hit you too hard, fam. I don't know what walk is, but I guess y'all know what that means. But he's still claiming 18th Street. So, my thing is, y'all don't understand what's going on. This is some neighborhood stuff. Like with me, for instance, when it comes to me, it's like this. I know where I'm from. If anybody ever wanted to back check me, and believe me, since I've been doing the truth behind, you had people trying to call me out. You had people from my own city trying to call me out and like, yeah, I'm gonna find out where this dude. Nobody knows this clown, and you always gonna have a hater. You always gonna have a naysayer. You always gonna have somebody on your back. So what they did was try to go right after me. They tried to go right after me. And what they did by trying to go after me is they tried to find out my history and tried to see what I was saying. They listened to every video, hear what I'm saying. And I'm like, dog, from 4101 South Federal. When they brought me home from the hospital, I was in the Robert Taylor home, 41st. They had to honor that because that's the facts. I went to Hardican. You can't, Chicago know right away what I'm talking about. So there's no mincing of words. Then it was like, okay, well, you on 41st Street. Why you talking this thing about 95th and over there? Cause I moved. Wasn't my choice. I wasn't paying the bills. I was a shorty. And then before that, I already told them I went to 47th Street. I went to Revis. But I only stayed on 47th Street for a couple of years. Then we moved to 95th, where I spent the majority of my life. I was in 7th, 8th grade when I was on 95th. So the majority of my life was spent there. So it was no mincing of words or not knowing where I was from. And I was plugged in every town I went back to. If I go back to 41st Street, they know my family history and everything. Because they uncles, everybody in the building, they went by families. It was all families in there. It's the Williams family, the Peyton family, the Edwards. So they all them got kids and everything. So they all know your uncles, aunties, went to school with them. Everybody went to the same school. You was in the same building. So if you come back, they know you. Just by looking at your face, they know exactly who you is, what family you was from. So you ain't never gonna have a problem going back to your hood. Then and then me, he's probably one of those guys who went through the same situation I did. He probably was born in one area, had to move because that's what his family was doing. He was a shorty. Because I think he was born in South Philly, lived there first, and then moved up north. You know what I'm saying? So everybody keep trying to say you ain't from north, you from South Philly. So he probably got families on both sides, and he probably, ran it running back and forth on sides. So you really don't have a side. Like dude, what's his name was saying, you could the first Negro from South North Philly. Meek is the first guy from South North Philly. So Meek just like, look, everybody got my number too. You young bulls be losing y'all mind off them drugs, man. 18th and Catherine. And he put it right there like, look, I'm still 18th and Catherine. That's where I'm from. So Meek claims North. He says he's from 18th and Catherine. I think he got a chain that says. Now this is about the disconnect the young have with the ones who was doing what they was doing, but they see the pitfalls. So I would say to Poundside Pop and all these other dudes who doing all this extra stuff, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Do you see yourself alive? Do you see yourself still in this game? Do you see yourself on the corner sipping syrup? If Meek is working for them peoples that you think, he ain't asking you to deal with him. He ain't saying come do some business with me. You ain't gotta do no business with me. He's just saying, man, y'all gonna have to put them guns down. That's what's gonna get you locked up in Philly. Philly is building new prisons every day. That's what it seems like. They are filling they having no problems building prisons. So most people they got out and they was jamming up like me. A lot of you guys, oh, you guys are going right in. You got the drugs, you got the guns. They ain't gonna have no problem putting you in. They gonna find a place for you. So the fact that me cared enough to try to get involved and save some people, man, y'all should be, it's a problem, and this is a disconnect. Some people be doing this just for clout. You know what I'm saying? This is their moment. So they use it as a clout moment. Cause I'm like, I probably would have never heard who Poundside Pop was. I'm like, I would have never heard of this guy. Cause I don't get into that syrupy dust rap. That's just not my thing. And he got this movement, We Zoo Gang and all this stuff. Hey, that's what they do. That's Philly. That's from the P. They young bucks. We got people like that in our city. They don't want to hear nothing. Somebody who ain't in the streets ain't trying to tell them. And there's been dudes who been in the streets. They done seen the end game of it. They seen it's 60 years, 80 years. locked up. You watching it play out on TMZ. Rapper gone. Another rapper arrested. Waiting trial. Finna get facing 30, 25 to life. Who cares if the system screws them over? Right? Now there's 2 lives gone, 2 families destroyed, more families destroyed because there's other people out there that lost their lives. A lot of y'all don't realize that this is the end game they got for y'all. Meanwhile, the people that's getting money are the record companies, the doggone lawyers, the managers, they getting paid. They are getting paid. You gonna be sending their kids to school. Your deceased self will be sending their kids to school. Their kids are going to college based off your work. Meanwhile, your kids and your baby mama are still wondering how they gonna pay the bills. That's reality. So for all the pop side pops out there, y'all gotta start thinking like that. Meek ain't asking y'all to dance with him. He ain't asking y'all to get in the ring with him. So that's my stance on it. Now you know me, I'm not the biggest Meek Mill fan, biggest Meek Mill supporter, none of that stuff. But what you should know about me is that I am as genuine as they come and as real as they come when it comes to giving advice and people doing the right thing. And for the life of me, I can't see nothing wrong with him telling people, these young ones, hey, y'all gonna have to think about putting these guns down. Because that's what needs to be said. Why would anybody have a problem with that? Because he sees the end game. He's from Philly. You think his family members ain't been in those streets? Ain't been in the wars? Guess again. So even if he wasn't out there doing all the stuff, he's surrounded by people who have, you know. But hey, what do I know? I'm just cursing. But thank you guys, man. I hope you guys hit the like button for this. Y'all tell me which side in the comment section you riding with. You hearing out pop side pop, pound side pop side, or are you with Meek side on this? And if you want to support the page, you can. You can hit the Cash App up. Carcino's my name on the Cash App. And definitely, if you want to like the video or subscribe and want to hear more videos like this, you can and hit that notification bell. Thank you and God bless you for your time.